Let's just get right into it. There's a huge shift happening right now, kind of under the surface of our day-to-day work. It's this quiet migration of power, moving the very act of decision-making away from us and into the systems we use every single day.
Oh, you do. You absolutely think you are. You walk into that meeting, you look at the dashboard, you weigh the options that are presented, and you make what feels like the final call. You feel that way, right? That sense of control?
But what if that feeling is just an illusion? What if the path to that final call has been so perfectly engineered, so subtly guided, that your conclusion was basically locked in before you even sat down?
Exactly. Think about it. The framework, the data that gets prioritized, the outliers that get filtered out, the specific outcomes suggested by the AI, all of that has been shaped. The decision isn't really being made by you, it's being presented for validation. Your role has shifted from being the author to just an editor, and honestly, a lot of times, just the final proofreader.
No, really, stop and think about that for a second. A truly important choice you've made recently. Was it based purely on your own experience, your gut, your own reasoning, or was a screen basically guiding your hand? We genuinely want to know what you think. Drop it in the comments, because this is a bigger deal than most of us realize.
So, to really get how big this change is, we need to look back. We have to understand how decisions used to work, because the process itself was just fundamentally different. Yeah, it was slower, it was messier, but it was completely human.
Look at this flow, right? Information used to start on the ground floor and work its way up through layers of management. And at every single step, human experience and judgment were the main filters. You had seasoned leaders interpreting that raw data, seeing the nuance, and then putting it all together to make a strategic call. The whole process was built on wisdom that was earned over time.
Just think back in your own career. Can you pinpoint a time where your gut feeling, that instinct you built over years, was the thing that made you go against the spreadsheet? Or has the dashboard pretty much become the final, unquestionable word? Let us know below. We're really curious to see how that balance is playing out for you.
Okay, so let's contrast that with today. The starting point for a decision is no longer a person asking a question. Now, it's a system that flags an anomaly or an opportunity. The whole thing has been turned upside down.
And this right here is the critical point. It used to be that you would actively go looking for information to kick off a decision. Now, the system crunches these massive lakes of data, it identifies a pattern, and then it serves up a fully formed recommendation a lot of times before you even knew a decision had to be made. You've shifted from being a proactive initiator to a reactive validator. You're not driving the car anymore. You're just being asked to approve the route the self-driving system has already picked out for you.
Be honest with yourself here. That automated suggestion from your CRM, that pre-filled performance review, that recommended action blinking on your screen, do you really unpack its logic? Do you hunt for the data it ignored? Or do you just click accept because it's fast and, well, it feels authoritative? Tell us about the last time this happened to you. We really want to hear these stories.
And this is where the whole thing gets kind of dangerous. Because it doesn't feel like you're losing anything. It doesn't set off any alarm bells. It's all hidden behind this really appealing language of progress and optimization and efficiency.
The benefits are impossible to deny, which is why we all accept it so easily. I mean, decisions get made in minutes, not weeks. We feel way more confident because our choices are data-driven. And it takes so much less mental effort. It feels like we've literally upgraded our own brains. It feels like power, when actually, it might be the exact opposite.
Because just like any muscle that you stop using, our ability for critical thinking, for navigating ambiguity, for trusting our own hard-won judgment, it just starts to atrophy. Every single time we accept a recommendation without a real fight, we are outsourcing one more rep of critical thought to a machine.
Just imagine that for a second. You walk into the office tomorrow, and there are no dashboards, no AI assistants, no automated reports. Just you, your team, and a problem. Would you be able to function? Or would you be paralyzed, just waiting for a prompt that's never going to come? This isn't just some hypothetical. It's a stress test of your own professional autonomy. It's really worth thinking about where you actually stand.
So look, this isn't a call to just throw out all these systems. That's a losing fight, and it totally ignores the incredible value they bring. The path forward is about deliberately redefining our role. We have to become that essential, irreplaceable human layer in what's becoming a more and more automated world.
Now this is where it gets really interesting, because this clarifies our future. Let the systems do what they're good at, processing data at a massive scale, finding patterns we could never see, and recommending efficient paths. That frees us up for a much more important job. Our job now becomes threefold. First, we have to wisely decide when to trust the output. Second, we have to have the guts and the insight to override it when our experience is screaming that something's wrong. And most importantly, our job is to see the unseen, the context, the morale, the long-term strategic plans, the ethical gray areas that the system, just by its nature, can't even begin to understand. So we're going to leave you with this final and maybe most important question. Just take a hard look at your workflow, your tools, your daily habits. Are you the critical thinker in the loop, the one who challenges and questions and adds that unique human value? Or are you becoming the final validating click in a process that already finished its run? The answer to that doesn't just define your job today, it's going to define your entire value in the future.